Neil from Essex here today to walk you around my tractor here a little bit. Springtime is coming, it's finally warming up outside, and I can't be more excited to get out and actually do a little bit of work outside again. It is my relaxing after a long day of working with tractors is to come home and drive tractors, right? I think many of you can probably understand that. My personal tractor ends up being the test bed for so many accessory kits for things that we try to ultimately sell to you. And I've made a bunch of changes here in this machine here this season. So I'm gonna take a walk around my tractor here quick and show you some of the things that I've been working on.
Essex, a helping hand with your land.
If you haven't seen me online before, I run a Kubota LX4020, and I've been through the last 3 tractors in this product family, and I can tell you for the machine itself here from the get-go, this feels unlike the rest of the tractors that came before it. The last changes that Kubota made here in this family by updating the engine, creating more horsepower, putting a new transmission in it. It's got a bigger, heavier rear end than the prior models do, and it all is very obvious. This tractor feels a lot more planted, a lot more stable, a lot more capable than prior B&LX tractors that have come before it. So if you have one of those older machines and you're thinking you'd like a little bit more, this certainly has it. Now here on my loader, I've done a couple of things here along the way that have kind of helped the way that I use this tractor. So I do a lot of firewood, a lot of handling of logs with this machine. And so for that reason, I've put weight in my tires. I've put the factory wheel spacers on that have moved my tires out 1 3/8 inches, which gives me more stability. I've got a weight block here on the back that I'll show you shortly. And I've also installed a hydraulic accumulator kit. I've talked about this accumulator kit before and demoed it quite a bit, and not enough of you have gotten interested in this idea. By putting these accumulators on here, as you're traveling back and forth, it allows your loader to bounce independently of the tractor and really smooths out your ride and makes your machine more stable. I like it a lot. It is probably the single biggest upgrade I've made. You'll notice here too that I have a kit on here that's a single lever release for all of my hydraulic hoses. I use half of Kubota Swift Hatch kit. I don't need the quick park stands on the bottom. I don't like all the linkage that they add out there, but I do really like the single lever manifold, and I continue to put that to use regularly. As we work our way around the rest of the tractor here, you're gonna notice a third function kit on the front. I use that pretty heavily. I have a grapple that I use a lot, and a new chainsaw mount. I've used the saw haul here for a while, and we're starting to gravitate now towards this mount from a company called ITC Quick Attach. ITC has helped us on some other accessory kits here in the past, but the one thing that I like about their saw mount is that it's metal. There are a lot of low quality mounts now showing up on Amazon. This idea has gotten the attention of the Chinese manufacturers that seem to knock off every good idea in this industry. But the thing that we like about this one is its build quality. I have a fairly large and heavy saw, and I've broken some lesser mounts on this machine several times now before. So you're gonna notice some Messick branding now happening on these ITC mounts. We're happy with the way that they're built. They're really stout. They'll let the bar stick out the bottom here if you have a really long one. There's poly sheets on the inside of it that allow your chain to slide down through there if they're catching on something. A lot of heft and thought has gone into making these. I like it a lot. When you start carrying things around on your tractor, you've got attachments on the back, you're putting chainsaws up here in your holders, the amount of storage that you need on your machine only increases. And I have a couple of unique storage locations here on my tractor. There are storage tubes available for a lot of the larger Kubotas. For these small ones though, we're manufacturing one, actually my kids are, manufacturing storage tubes here to slide into your loader mounts. I really like these for keeping my chains and my chainsaw wrenches and stuff right in here where my saw is stored. We have those both for the bigger socket down here on the bottom and also smaller ones that can go up here on your loader torque tube to give you more storage. Now I got more than that though. If we come back around, we've got the Chintzy factory toolbox, which is never enough for anybody. But also this larger storage tube here from the Kits Pro guys. So this sits up here on the ROPS, and I can pull that back to store my gloves and stuff inside of it. So I use all of these things. I feel like you can never have enough storage on your tractor, and taking advantage of all these small locations really adds up to having enough room to be able to carry around all the things that you need. Another thing that's new to me this year is this weight block here on the back of the tractor. Now, I told you earlier, a lot of what I do is firewood. Fell trees, chop up the trunks, carry the big segments over to my log splitter where I buck up the rounds then. And I've looked over here, when you're carrying that stuff around, you can't possibly have enough ballast on the back of your tractor, right? Fill the tires, carry something around in your 3-point hitch in order to balance out those heavy logs out on your loader. Now, I've given a lot of advice in the past that rather than spending money on ballast, sometimes one approach to take is just to buy an implement, to carry an implement around behind your tractor. And I would stand by that to a point. For me in the past, that implement tended to be my flail mower. And what I've found over time is that I have been beating that mower up. I've backed into enough trees now, bent up the rear roller a couple of times. And so the guys at WR Long here are helping us out now with a weight block behind the tractor. Now, I like this because it has these individual suitcase weights on it. It's got a nice rack here that can sit on the 3-point hitch. And then behind my tractor back here, there's a ball that I can use to hook things up, specifically my log splitter and lawn roller that I can easily pull around behind my tractor. Now, we're talking accessories back here, so I should show you the rear remotes too. Most small tractors like this tend not to be equipped with rear remotes because not very many people tend to have applications that require them. This tractor, though, when I picked it up, came through with one on it already, and so I decided to use it for a hydraulic top link. One thing I did a little differently on this tractor was use the factory work light kit. When we're out throwing snow here in the wintertime, my headlights don't work too well with the implements and the loader and everything in front of them. And so having lights up here on the roll bar helps illuminate that area. But I quickly found out that the two that are in the factory kit aren't quite enough. I also want to have something facing in the rear direction. So I've gotten far enough along to bolt another Artilian light kit up here onto the roll bar, but I haven't got the wires done yet. But soon enough we will. I like these because they're one of the few lights that allows you to rotate them between forward and reverse. By pulling this bracket out here, you could spin these lights around and point them in the place that you need them. I think that makes them more useful. Another option that I added to the front of my tractor is this brush guard. When we are trading in tractors and somebody has run a grapple before, it is nearly guaranteed that they have busted up some of the cosmetics on the front of their machine. When it comes to your headlights, your hood, your grills here in the front, as soon as you start stuffing sticks back into there, that stuff is all fairly soft. Now, on the newer tractors here, Kubota has started offering these as factory options. This is a factory brush guard, but we've gone back to a lot of the prior models that you'll find on Messiks.com, where we've manufactured these now for a lot of the older Kubota tractors. So it is guaranteed the $200-300 that you're gonna spend putting the brush guard on the front is gonna save you more than $200 or $300 in the pieces that you're gonna bust up on the front of your tractor. If you're getting a grapple, definitely pick up one of these. Last up, and the cheapest of all of my additions, is this spinner knob here on the steering wheel. If you've never driven a tractor that has one of these on before, it allows you to spin the knob very, very quickly, and it's easier than palming the wheel. So if you've not picked one of these up with your next Messiks order, take a look. They're only a couple of bucks and worth adding onto your tractor. So those are some of the things that I've been up to with my tractor. Now, when you're looking for a machine like this, buying the tractor is step one, but also knowing the ways that you can accessorize it and optimize it for the particular applications that you have really can increase your satisfaction with it and make the work that you're doing a lot more fun. So if you're shopping for a machine like this, or if you've got an existing tractor and we can help hook you up with some of this stuff, give us a call at Messiks. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at Messiks.com. Now, I've given the advice a lot in the past. Okay, I'm gonna actually get a job done, and I'm facing right into the sun.